This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Made in Australia.
Food has a way of bringing people together, around the table, in the kitchen, and through shared memories. What starts as a simple recipe often becomes a source of joy, connection, and creativity. Join us as we share how cooking has become a meaningful hobby in their everyday lives, from simple home cooked dishes to meals filled with memories and tradition. We'll talk about how this passion brings comfort, strengthens family bonds, and turns ordinary days into something special. Whether you love trying new recipes, cooking for family and friends, or simply finding joy in the process, this episode is for you. Let's listen to their stories and the joy behind every dish on January 18th, Sunday at 3 p.m. Philippine time, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Only here on Made in Australia.
All right. G'day, mates. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another episode, another exciting episode of INCRadio Made in Australia. Wherever you may be tuning in from, we hope you are having a wonderful day. I am Brother Morgan Goodfellow from the local congregation of Townsville in the ecclesiastical district of Queensland, coming to you live from the land down under, the great southern land, Australia. Today, we're talking about something we can all relate to, something that brings people together, something that can save your budget and also boost your confidence. We're talking about the joy of cooking. Whether you're a beginner in the kitchen, an expert or professional, a weekend meal prepper, or someone who still burns rice sometimes, today's episode is just for you. And as always, I am not alone today. I'll be joined by an array of talented hosts. Brother Warwick, how are you?
I'm great, thank you, Brother Morgan. It's lovely to be here, and today, talking about the joy of cooking. An interesting question that'll be throughout this episode is: are you a recipe follower? What type of cook? Are you personally at home, right? Do you measure everything out, or you kind of just wing it as you go, adding this, adding that until you sort of get the right taste? Everybody's a bit different. So I'm Brother Warwick Malloy from the local congregation of Kingston City here in the Ecclesiastic District of Victoria. And I'm not the only one here. I'm also joined by the wonderful Brother John.
Hi to all our beautiful listeners out there today. I'm Brother John Villanueva from the local congregation of Dean Park, District of New South Wales. We'd like to thank everyone who is a regular listeners to our show, especially for those who are just listening for the first time. We thank you so much for spending the time with us today. And of course, I'm also joined by one of our subject expert for today. We have Sister Honey Sanchez, and we'll learn a little bit more about you in a little while. But for now, we also like to thank the regular listeners of Made in Australia. In fact, we would like to show this video from the makes of Mia. Go ahead, please. Kuya Tech.
From the bushland to the beaches and everywhere in between, let's thank this week's Mates of Mia.
From the local congregation of Dean Park,
we love INCRadio!
From Monterey to the West, we love INCRadio Australia.
We love INCRadio! We love INCRadio from Townsville.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
We love INCRadio from Townsville.
Again, we appreciate for sharing your stories and joining our live chat. Okay, now you're the reason why Made in Australia feels like home is because of all of your support. And of course, we're also joined by another beautiful host of ours, Sister Diane. I believe you are in front of live audience. Sister Diane, go ahead, please.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Brother John and Sister Honey from the live studio. And indeed, it's a very, very happy day. And for everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Sister Diane Karait from the local congregation of. So as you can see, to all our listeners and our viewers, it's not just me who's very excited about our topic today, but also here from the local congregation of. So as you can see, all the energy is very, very high, and we're very excited for our topic today. As we all know, some people cook to survive, and I think that's me. That's the category I belong in. But there are some people who cook for passion, and some cook to serve for their loved ones. So today, we are very excited to hear all of your stories, and we have our guest this afternoon who will be sharing all those wonderful dishes to us, and maybe some even tips. So to all our listeners and our viewers out there, if you want to share your favorite dish or any cooking stories that you have, please do put them in our chat so that we'll be able to share them online, and we'll do our best to really read them throughout the show. But before we continue on with our discussion for our topic today, we are actually being joined live by Brother Hans to give us a live update. Brother Hans, please take it away.
Hello po, good afternoon po to all of my fellow co-hosts from the Ecclesiastical District of New South Wales. I am Brother Hans Atividad, streaming all the way here at Serbian Community Center down here in Kenwick, Western Australia, because we are celebrating our first anniversary as an ecclesiastical district. In about a couple of hours from now, we will be having our first Songs of Salvation concert. So I will tell you all around about what's happening right now. So we are currently going through our final practices, and we are right here outside. We are also joined by some of our fellow brethren. Say hello po to our fellow brethren po. Hello po. And we are all live at INC Radio. And please come in po. You will be with us as well when we come into the entranceway, and with everyone waiting before we officially start our broadcast and our show po. And then from here, we can also see all of the performers who, in a couple of hours, will start performing. And this whole hall will be filled with different guests as well as our members all across Western Australia and everywhere else. Po. And right now, we are also having our dress rehearsals. And we would like to give a shout out for everyone as well. And from all of us here, in the Ecclesiastical District of Western Australia, we love INC Radio Made in Australia. And again, thank you very much for Brother Morgan, Brother Warwick, and even Brother John and Ate Diane Karaig for having me today. Po. Enjoy your episode, everyone.
Amazing, Brother Hans. Thank you so much, and a big congratulations to the District of Western Australia who are celebrating their first anniversary as an ecclesiastical district. A big congratulations for all of your success. All praise and honor belongs to our Almighty God. And we have so much support flooding in through our live chat here on YouTube. We'd love to give a quick shout out to all of our early bird supporters. So first and foremost, we have Cherry Sina, who says, happy Sunday to all po from the local congregation of Dean Park. Happy viewing po. Renalyn Limbago, a very loyal supporter, constantly tuning in each and every episode, every Sunday, 3 p.m. Filipino time, Philippines time, and 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, who says, happy watching po. Thank you, Renalyn, for all of your support, constantly tuning in, for always sharing our links, and always just, again, sharing your support. Renalyn, thank you so much po. We have Nessa, who says, happy viewing from the local congregation of Kingston City. Brian Laxon, who says, happy Sunday, beloved brethren. God bless everyone watching from the local congregation of Shepparton. Brian, thank you so much for tuning in, We see you in the chats every Sunday, Thank you so much. We have Edsvin and the Domingo family, who say, happy viewing from the local congregation of Fremantle, who are giving their support And a happy first anniversary to the District of Western Australia there for Kahans and all of the beloved brethren out there in the District of Western Australia. Again, a big happy first anniversary to you, Port. Congratulations on all of your success thus far. We have Ka Marvin Ferreira, who says, happy viewing, Port. Everyone from the local congregation of Melton. We have Ka Yuki, who says, happy viewing, Paul, from the local congregation of Townsville. My home Townsville here in the Ecclesiastical District of Queensland, who are actually celebrating their 8th anniversary as an established local congregation here in the District of Queensland. So again, all praise and honor belongs to our Almighty God for all of the support He's been able to allow our local congregation to achieve here with 8 years of success, and thus as also a group worship service prior to that. We also have Sister Ashton Quizon, who says, happy viewing, Paul, from the local congregation of Dean Park. And Angelo Charles, who says, happy Sunday, Paul, from the local congregation of Adelaide, Paul. If we haven't got to your comments yet, don't worry. We will be there with you shortly to shout you out. Keep on sending us your support. Tell us what's your go-to dish as we today, if you're just tuning in, talking the joys of cooking. Which will be basically we're hearing stories about how cooking builds discipline, patience, creativity, budgeting skills, and confidence, one meal at a time. We'd love to hear what your go-to dish is when you're tired after work. Do you like noodles, maybe fried rice, pasta, eggs and toast, etc.? Be sure to leave your comments in the chat section. We'll be with you there shortly. For now, let's take a quick look at what we have in store today. Food stories, kitchen lessons, and a fun game time a bit later.
What are you gonna buy for $10 for dinner?
It's a bit hard to buy anything with $10 these days. Fish and chips is about $15, and about the same for a quarter chicken and chips. Not much.
It's so difficult to buy a dinner for $10, but if you only have the $10, you can buy sushi, or maybe wraps, or a slice of pizza.
Which do you prefer? Takeaway food or home cooked?
Home cooked, definitely.
Of course, home cooked. I love it.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Oh, I love coffee.
What's your favorite kitchen item?
The kettle, water to make a cup of tea.
I love the one that I'm using for cooking, the wok, because it accommodates everything. I always cook with that kind of cooker.
All right, boy. Yeah, an amazing episode ahead of us. And a big shout out to Brother Hendrik from the local congregation of Melbourne and Brother Marvin Zong from their local congregations in Minchinbury. We just love to give a quick shout out to all of your support. But thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned because you are watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studios, one of the official satellite studios of INCRadio.
Made in Australia.
Welcome back to INCRadio Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Satellite Studio. Shout out to Sister Nessa before, who left a comment from Kingston City. It's great to see you leaving a comment, sister. Thank you for tuning in, and share with us your thoughts. Keep those comments coming, and I'll be joining you in the live chat. Now, let's get started.
That's right, Brother Warwick. We are very excited for our show today because not as we're only joined by our live audience. And so before we get started, to all our listeners and our viewers out there, we have a question for you. So if jot it in, what dish do you cook when you miss home the most? So make sure that you share it in our chat so that we'll be able to share your stories later on. So for today, I'm very excited to introduce our guest this afternoon because she is only one of our very inspiring brethren here in the local congregation of. So if we can kindly introduce, and we're very excited to share your story, Sister Honey, if you can kindly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more of why you love cooking.
Thank you so much, Sister Diane. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning po to all those who are tuned in INC Radio Australia, to our hosts, Brother John, Sister Diane, Brother Morgan, Brother Warwick. Thank you so much for having me po. I am Sister Hani Sanchez from the local congregation of Sydney, and I'm the Kadiwa president and also a choir member in our local po. So thank you for having me today.
So
I
the
see-
Kadiwa is pretty much the youth of the church.
Yes po,
That's
Kadiwa.
over 18 years, not yet married,
Not
but
yet married.
baptized members.
Yes
And
po.
you're heading that for the local congregation of
Of
Sydney.
Sydney po.
Well,
Yes.
you're not just gonna head. You're also gonna be. I'm sure one of these days you're gonna be having a cooking lesson for them. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, about your journey into cooking.
Yes, Paul. So I started cooking when I was 12, Brother
Mm.
John, and it all started at home.
All right.
My mom was the one who taught me everything. Shout out to my mom, who's currently watching right now in the Philippines. Hi, Mom and Dad. Yes, I started when I was 12, and I'm so excited to tell the story of my journey, Paul.
Looking
From
forward to it.
home cooking to professional cooking, Paul.
Yes, go ahead, Brother Morgan.
Yes, boss. Sorry. So, Sister Honey, I'm very, very interested, as well as the rest of our audience and our host today, as we jump into today's discussion, the joys of cooking. Sister, we'll start firstly, very strong. When did you start first taking cooking seriously?
I think the very first time that I started cooking, I wasn't serious, Paul. It was just home cooking, was random cooking, and I cooked just because I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
So the story was that my mom was hospitalized, and I just didn't have a choice because I had to cook for the family when she was at the hospital, Paul. And then, while she was admitted to the hospital, she told me the step-by-step procedure, and then from there, I just started cooking Paul.
So what was that? What was that dish? Do you remember the dish that you had to cook?
I-
How did you go there anyway? Where is it?
I remember that, Brother John. It's pork nilaga. So in
all right.
English, it's a boiled pork soup dish. It's very hard to get it wrong, but I did.
That was impossible.
I did. It was a failure, Paul. I was not successful the first time that I cooked it. So what happened was I was doing what I was told by my mom. So you do this, first step, second step. And then as I was cooking and I was trying the food, and I realized that the soup broth got so salty.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it usually does. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do when the soup of the nilaga is salty?
Yeah, usually put more water.
Yeah, more water. I didn't
Correct
do that,
that.
brother.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
As 12-year-old, what would
As
you
a
have done?
12-year-old, I poured a bag of sugar in it.
Of course. Because a spoon is not enough. You need a bag of sugar.
Bag of sugar. And
Great.
then I was just trying it on, and I was like, this is not my mom's cooking.
Yeah.
This is not how she would normally cook it for home. And so I packed it anyway. I was so confident because I couldn't do anything about it. I brought it to the hospital, and then I presented it to the mom. And then while she was trying it on, she was like, what's this? I'm like, it's the nilaga that you told me.
Right.
Why does
Right.
it taste different? And then as soon as I told her, I put a bag of sugar, and she just started laughing so hard. And from there, I learned. from
You
it.
see that, Brother Morgan, Brother Warwick? That was the birth of sweet and sour pork. It never existed until she was 12.
That's it.
So instead of having a sour pork,
bag of
she made
sugar.
it sweet and sour. How great is that?
Well, she finished it, Paul. So
Well, at least they enjoy the meal. That's all that matters. You know, you said you were 12 years old. So how old were you when you came to Australia?
I was 14.
So by that time, you had 2 years of experience in cooking. So what did you find difficult, or what did you find even easy in terms of cooking Filipino food and finding ingredients here in Australia?
When I first came in Australia, Paul, I find it hard to cook sinigang because
Yeah.
I couldn't find tamarind.
Yes.
So, but now you can find it everywhere, and then you have those instant mixes that
Yeah.
you buy from the store.
Yeah.
And
Not
then,
good for you, though.
not good for you. And then the other one, Paul, is bagoong,
Yes.
which is shrimp paste.
Yeah.
I thought that was
If
very
you've
hard to
never,
find.
for those of you who are non-Filipino, have never seen bagoong, I would suggest you go and just find one and have a quick sniff of it. It's one of those things, but it's like durian. If you like it, you like it. If you hate it, you hate it. Sort of that kind of smell. I love durian. Most people find it repugnant, but I it's different. Same with bagoong.
With bagoong. Yeah, I
Love
love
it.
bagoong. I
Yeah.
don't like durian.
Especially with kare, especially with kare kare.
With kare
Oh my
kare.
goodness.
Yes.
Whew.
So yeah, that's what I did.
Go ahead, Brother Morgan.
And Sister Honey, if it's okay, we're trying to, with all the talk from your yummy food, we are actually getting hungry here in the live audience. And we actually have a sister who's joining me today. Who's going to, be a part of our topic as well. So, Sister, if you can kindly introduce yourself to our audience, please.
Yep. Hi, I'm Sister Hot Kaiden Velasco, and they call me by Sister Hot.
Oh, well, so, Sister, why do you cook?
I have 3 brothers, so they don't know how to cook, so
They have no choice.
no,
They have no choice.
no, someone needs to volunteer, or else everyone's gonna suffer.
Okay, well, Sister, what is your favorite dish that you like to cook?
This is a Filipino dish that I love the most. Actually, it's helped me actually cook this sinigang.
Sinigang. Okay, so yum. I think they mentioned it earlier during the discussion. What is your version of sinigang?
I love salmon.
Salmon. Oh, what else do you mix in? Because I know there's also tamarind. Some people put extra tomatoes.
I want like a lot of veggies, especially tomatoes.
You like it soury? Because I know some.
Yeah, I like it sour and a little bit spicy.
Actually, I know. Shout out to Sister Micah. I know that's how you make your sinigang as well. A little bit spicy and soury. So thank you so much, Sister, for joining us. Well, back to you, Brother John and Sister Honey. We just love to share the food as well. Thank you.
Okay, at least your brother's got a bit of an assignment. They're gonna have to learn how to cook sinigang to start with.
That's good.
Okay, so you said that you tried different menu when you first came and you found most of those ingredients are easy to find now. But have you tried Western cooking? And if you did, what's probably your best dish that you would say that you cook that's a Western style dish?
Oh wow. So there's a lot of dishes that I can think of right now, Brother John. But I only got into Western cooking for when I was doing cooking professionally.
Yeah.
When after I finished my studies as a professional chef, and then I worked in hotels, in restaurants. That's when I started cooking for like Western cuisine.
And I know one dish that everyone say yes to. This is my opinion. Steak. I love my steak. So
yes.
what's your favorite?
Yes,
to
well.
cook? Steak as well.
Yeah, steak as well.
Really? And how do you have your steak?
I love mine medium rare.
Yeah, it takes a bit of art to get it right, medium rare. It's not like the beef steak. That's different. That's not a steak, okay? that's what do you call that again? Dog food. So you don't do beef steak, okay? The steak. So there's an art to it because you gotta have a certain temperature to it.
And you gotta rest the meat.
Correct. Some people don't rest it, and that's a problem with that. They don't rest it, and the way that you do the rubs on it as well, it's gonna be done differently. You gotta put salt.
Yes, well.
Good quality
the
salt, huh?
seasoning.
No table salt. Table salt's bad for you. So good quality salt, like Celtic salt, I think it is. So what for me, I prefer the blue. Slightly rarer than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be rarer than that, but I got in trouble because I'm not allowed to kill cows on the spot.
Okay.
So I had to just go for the blue steak. How about you, Brother Warwick? What would you ask Sister Honey?
Well, actually, I'd love to know about her mindset during cooking. Is she someone who likes to meticulously plan everything out beforehand? How much does planning play a role in what she does? And also, how much does experimentation fit in too?
All right. So my mindset it's very important to plan what you're gonna cook, and I start from there. So because now I live with my brother, so I ask him what he likes to eat for the next 2 or 3 days, and from there I plan my grocery list and the ingredients that I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna buy, and then the meat that I'm gonna cook. I like to do grocery shopping 2 or 3 times a week, because I like everything fresh. I don't like buying once a week and then freezing and then throwing them after. I think fresh is good. So I think from planning your ingredients to going home and doing your mise en place.
How do you spell that?
MISEENPLACE. Mise en place.
Mise en place. Do you get that, Brother Morgan? Mise en place.
So it's a French culinary term that means everything in its place. So what that means for brothers and sisters, and to those who are tuned in, is that you prepare everything firsthand before you start cooking. So yeah, you cut your carrots, you cut your garlic, your onion, you pre-cut your meat, and then you do all the saucing, you portion everything. and then you start cooking.
Okay, you know what? We also have another expert that did a video
let's
of
go.
this today from Brother Marcus Rivera, who is also a chef from your very own locale of
Yes,
Sydney
sir.
as well. So let's see what he has to share that makes him love to cook. Why he chose that career. Go ahead, please, Brother Marcus Rivera.
Hi everyone, I'm Brother Marcus Vera. I'm a book club member and a choir member here in the local Sydney district of New South Wales. And on the other hand, I'm also working as a chef here in Sydney. Today, I'm here to share my ideas or my take on Filipino dishes we have at home, on regular Filipino family parties. I decided to do my take on my favorite classic Filipino dishes, and I really want to inspire the younger generations of Filipinos that grew up in different parts of the world to let them know that this is in our blood and we should be proud of our cuisine, because for me, it's an endless beauty of our culture.
To start off, we have my take on kinilaw, which in translation it means eaten raw. Kinilaw is a Filipino traditional dish with raw seafood that is cooked in vinegar and citrus juices. For my take on kinilaw, I actually I have a bonito which is cured with some salt and sugar, a little touch of mirin, and I cured them for 3.5 hours. I also have some pickled chilies that goes along with the dish. But the pickled chilies are just for the acidity as well, and slice them up really thinly so it won't taste too spicy. Going with that, I have diced mandarin. I saved up the juices from the mandarin and mix a little bit with the coconut vinegar to make up a dressing out of it, with some eschalots that I put into the dressing as well. This is my version, and I stuffed the empotito with butternut squash and raisins. I cooked it exactly how an empotito should be cooked, wrapped with foil under simmering water. And on the side, we have date chutney, and also we have some pickled cherries to go with that sweetness. I also drizzle some pork sauce. I call it pork sauce because I roasted the pork bones and I make a stock out of it. I reduce the stock till it becomes like a sauce with a consistency of sauce. So this dish has a cross between of sweet and savory. This is one of my personal favorites. This is my take on our all-time classic dish, the burger steak. So I've decided to come up with an idea with my favorite. This is grilled beef tongue cooked over fire. The beef tongue is brushed with soy glaze, and I also have oyster mushrooms on the top that are also cooked with fire. This gravy is very different. I actually put on a bit of miso gravy. I just really love miso because it actually enhances the flavor. It has so much umami flavor into the dish. Now we have adobo, duck adobo to be specific. This is our national dish, and I'm sure everybody knows adobo. There are two things I love in this world. I love duck and I love adobo. First up, I took 3 days to actually make this dish. It took me 3 or 4 months to do a lot of research or tests and trial and error as well, on how to come out with a process on making this duck adobo. So what I do is I brine the duck for 24 hours. After brining it, I blanch it with boiling water till the skin tightens. And this cooking method is exactly the same as Peking duck or roasted duck we have in Chinese restaurants. On the other side, I made a adobo glaze, and I brush it and cook it in the oven. The duck is actually based with soy sauce, garlic, just a little bit of duck vinegar so it won't taste too strong.
That's amazing. I'm starting to salivate just thinking about that duck adobo. That sounds amazing. I mean, I like pork adobo. That sounds really good. So I'd be keen to try that. I like making sashimi at home sometimes. So I think it was called kinilaw. That raw. So that sounds interesting too.
I think you know more dishes than me. Filipino dishes by the work. So we're assuming that you also cook at home.
Oh, my wife cooks a lot, and I tend to help her in the kitchen. And I think that's another side where food, brings people together. It's actually the preparation of the food. So, a bit of teamwork, a bit of coordination. I think that goes well.
I find that it builds bond amongst the family, especially if I cook with my wife and my daughter. We just have a bit of fun with it. So I think it's great.
Yeah. And of course, somebody has to be boss. Too many chefs in the kitchen, right? Spells the broth. So I'm the sous chef. Okay, so let's ask a few more questions of Sister Honey. So, Sister, I was thinking, when you're cooking, particularly for others, do you feel much pressure, or do you just sort of look forward to the pleasure of the person for whom you're cooking? And talk us through your emotional roller coaster when it comes to cooking.
Yeah, now that I think about it, brother, work, I don't feel that roller coaster emotion. I think it's more of a positive feeling of joy and excitement and that sense of fulfillment, or that feeling of fulfillment when the person you cooked for said they liked your food. I think it's that. I always ask.
Satisfaction.
Yes, Paul. I think I always ask my brother, masarap, or is it good? Is it delicious? And then luckily he always says yes.
Yeah.
It's delicious. So I think, yeah. But when you're, for example, when you're working in a kitchen, in a commercial kitchen, and there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
There's dockets after dockets after dockets. I think that's a different kind of pressure.
Yeah, that's when you turn into those angry chefs. Forget the roller coaster.
You just want to get it done.
She fell up the stairs straight down and up. So that's not a roller coaster. You just fell straight into the typical stereotypical angry chef.
Yes, Paul. But then at the end of the day, at the end of the shift, you always think about why you're doing it. And at the end of the day, it's a positive feeling. You're doing it for other people, and because it's your passion, because you just want to cook for other people.
Yeah.
You want to contribute to the lives of the other people. So I think more on positive, because when you're feeling positive, when you're feeling happy, good food comes out of it.
Yeah.
So sorry to butt in, Brother John, Brother Warwick, Honey, for our audience. We had an earlier discussion today in regards to the purpose of fulfilling your cooking as a professional. You kind of elaborated on an analogy of your love language being cooking, pot. Can you kind of more explain to our audience what that actually means, pot?
Yes, Paul. What I meant by that cooking is my love language, is that I always cook for people who are close to my heart.
Yeah.
My family, my friends, my co-Kadiwa members who are watching right now. Shout out to you, brothers and sisters. I love to cook for my friends who are close to my heart. And whenever there's a church activity, I always love to bring food.
Yes.
And learn from and taste other people's food.
Yeah.
And learn the recipes, Paul. So I think, my love language is to cook for you. So when I cook for you, it means you're special to me.
And being inside the Church of Christ, there's a lot of activities where you get the opportunity to taste the brethren's cooking, and also for them to taste your cooking.
Yes,
Speaking of which, your Kadiwa members are out here in the live audience today as well. So now you've just promised them a few more things.
Yes, Paul. Yeah, they can just comment down below what they want me to cook next for the next activity. I'll be happy to do that.
There you go. Comment below. What do you want Ate Honey to cook on the next activity?
I think Sister Honey, they're very looking forward to your next cooking, aren't you guys? They're now looking forward to your next dish. I mean, to be fair, when we had our Kadiwa meetup just last 2 Fridays ago, Sister Honey made a really, really wonderful nachos, to be honest. It was really nice. I think that was the first one that... Right, guys? Well, we have a few more. Before we continue with our discussion, we actually have quite a bit of comments in our group chat. So let me just read some of them. Just give me a second. So there's quite a bit of our engagement in our YouTube. Please continue to send them in. So we have one from our minister, Brother Orly Makayan. Happy 8th-year anniversary po to the local congregation of Townsville, Queensland. So happy anniversary po. We have Sister Evelyn Vivas from local of Wyndham. Happy viewing to all. June Vivas, hello to everyone watching the INCRadio Made in Australia, especially to the household of Brother Noli Tiangco of Wyndham Congregation. We have also Sister Lani, who's here. Happy viewing for Sydney. We have Fernando Abelgas from Dean Park, AC Galarde. Hello po Estrella family from Shepparton. Pugat Jason, happy Sunday po to all brethren. Hello po Scott family. We love INC Radio from local congregation of Shepparton, Bendigo, GWS. And we also have Sister Hetty, Villanueva. Greetings to all. Enjoy the episode. Feniel Capiral, happy viewing from Wyndham. And we also have Roma. Please shout out to my beautiful wife, Sister Michelle Scott, who is the best cook and baker. Hello po, big shout out to you. And of course, from Marvin Ferrer, nakakagutom naman po, local congregation of Melton. So please continue to join in, send in all of your comments to us, share us maybe your favorite dish or any funny story. Was your first cooking a success? What was it? We'd love to hear from you. So please continue to join us in. Stay tuned because you're still watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INC Radio Australia Satellite Studio, one of the official satellite studio of INC Radio, and we will be right back.
Made in Australia.
Yes, and welcome back. Now, for our audience, Brother Warwick, Brother John, Sister Honey, cooking isn't just about taste. It's also about habit. Some people become better cooks, not because they are talented, but because they have a system.
Yeah, that's right. Now, we're just asking, for practical skills. Okay, if someone's about to learn to cook, what are the 3 most important cooking skills you'd recommend for them as beginners? What would you say? What's the skill that they need to have?
I guess, Brother John, cooking is something that is, how do I say? It's more an instinct. You gotta trust your palate.
Yeah.
You gotta trust yourself in doing something. But one of the basic tip that I can give is to get organized.
So number 1, get organized.
Get organized.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Because basic utensils,
Yes.
if you don't have them, it's hard to cook.
Of course, yeah.
You need just even one sharp knife in the kitchen, at least one sharp knife. And then you need to get your containers, you need to get your bowls, proper chopping boards. You can't just,
Put everything together.
Put everything
No,
together.
it doesn't work that way.
So I think 1 is to get organized.
So tip number 1 for all the beginners out there, get organized.
Yes, Paul. Number 2 is to keep your area clean.
Oh, yeah.
I think there is nothing worse than a messy kitchen.
You know what? It's interesting because when I was young and I worked in a lot of commercial kitchen as a kid, right? They always say, clean as you go, clean as you go, clean as you go. There's a reason for that, isn't it?
Paul.
Yeah.
It helps you. Because if you clean as you go, there's less mistakes that can happen.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not cluttered.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then if there's less mistake, there's less stress.
Yes.
And then you can, have a clear head on what you're gonna do next. And then there's less injury.
Oh yeah. It's funny. We were watching this kitchen culinary sort of like contest.
Yes, well.
And even though it's not their kitchen, you find the chefs are still cleaning their station.
You have to clean your station.
Yeah, after they finish and the dish is ready, they're still cleaning it. I guess it's a habit that I have.
Yes.
The professionals. So get organized. Number 1. Number 2 is keep it clean.
Yes,
and of course for hygiene as well.
Hygiene,
of course.
Yes. Regularly wash your hands.
And the final tip
is to trust your palate, because you can tell if you're not going to serve anything to your customers, or to your friends, to your loved ones, if you yourself don't like it.
Okay.
So if you like it, then you're more confident to serve it to other people.
Yeah, I know one sister Jillian. She really trusts her palate. Like she's always like,
I see her cooking.
Yeah, she's always licking her fingers and stuff. I guess, oh, that's delicious. So now the 3 things are keep organized, get organized, so that you know what you're doing. Keep it clean. And trust your palate.
Trust your palate.
Or trust your taste.
Yes. Paul.
Oh, that's very.
Then get feedback from other people, right? If they tell you that your cooking is too salty, then you can adjust to it. Yeah. And when you're cooking something, it's easier to add than to deduct from it.
Yeah,
so when you're adding salt, when you're adding salt, when you're adding soy sauce or whatever that is.
Or sugar for a 12-year-old. Yes.
Don't pour a bag of sugar in your nilaga, please.
So in terms of beginners, if there's only one thing they need to cook, okay, what do you think that they should cook? If it's only one dish, that's an essential, like I remember when I'm out of home, I just cooked noodles every day. Because if I cook, I have to eat the same food for 2 weeks.
Yep.
So I would eat out or I would just cook noodles. So, but it's, apart from that, something that's healthy, nutritious, but just the one thing that they could cook every day.
I think I would agree with Sister Hart from our live audience. I think sinigang is a very good dish to perfect because sinigang has protein. It has meat.
Yes.
It can be fish or chicken
Yes.
or pork.
Yes.
Right. And then it has veggies.
Yeah.
It has soup. It has broth.
So it goes by the taste that you like as well, doesn't it?
Right. And then you can adjust the seasoning, how it tastes like. If it's more sour, it is less sour. More salty, you can adjust sinigang. It's very versatile, and if your sinigang is good, then it leads to more rice.
Yeah. Again, the rice warning.
Again, yep, that's it.
Rice warning. But I would for me the one go-to dish if you have to eat it every day to me is always steak.
Steak.
If I eat steak every day, I could probably survive till I'm about 150 years old.
Oh wow, yeah.
I could probably eat steak every day. But that's just me, and I heard good stuff about eating a lot of steak for myself. But that's just me. You know what? There is a comment in the question. There's a question in one of our listeners out there who said that asking you a question. Actually, what dish do you cook when you miss home the most?
Oh, my mom makes a good Bicol Express.
Oh,
yes.
For those who don't know, Bicol Express.
Bicol Express is a pork that is sautéed, and you put coconut cream and chili.
Oh, yum.
And then you let it simmer until the pork absorbs all that coconut.
Yeah.
And when you simmer it for longer, it turns into coconut oil, right?
Wow.
So good. And then you do it with chopped chilies.
Now I'm really hungry.
With rice, Brother John.
I discovered Bicol Express very late.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm 53. I just discovered it when I was 51. So only 2 years ago. And it's become one of my favorite food because I didn't like the look of it because I grew up in Australia. So I've got a very Western sort of palate. But then when I looked at it, then someone gave it to me, just try one. Oh, right, I'll try. Ooh, this is nice. This is really good. And you can also do a lot of things with it too.
Yes,
it's a bit like sinigang. You can change the taste to it.
Very versatile.
Yeah. Our sister Diane, I think, also has a few things to say, a few questions. Go ahead, Sister Diane.
Yes, thank you, Brother John and Sister Honey. That was really, I'm starting to feel really hungry, and I'm sure all the live audience here, I think they're very eager to eat soon as well. But just a few questions to Sister Honey. Of course, as we have already discussed, cooking really serves us a lot of things, but also it can be an act of service. So we've talked about love before, but how has cooking helped you, Sister Honey, to serve your household or any of the church activities and in the brethren as well?
Sister Diane, I think food that is shared between the brethren, especially during church activities, it's so good when you learn from other elderly brethren, and then they would share with you their recipe. And then when you learn from each other's way of cooking or techniques.
Yeah.
Because you can cook, for example, you and I can cook pork adobo,
It'd be
but
different.
it'd be different.
Yeah.
It would taste different. And there's 100 ways of doing the same dish.
Dry, wet.
Yes, well. And so I think it's that, sharing that will make you grow closer to your friends, to your loved ones, the connection.
Because you're learning from each other.
That's right. And I really love to cook during or for church activities. That's why I always make it to a point that I have time to cook for the church activities.
Did you hear that, Kadiwa? Listening out there,
Yes.
live stream, and those who are going to join our future activities, your Ate Honey is going to cook you something you like. You just got to put that in the comments, your request on what kind of dish you would like her to cook on your next activity. Put it in the comments right now, and she will do her best to accommodate to cooking up for all of you.
Oh wow, that's a
Brother John, we're always looking forward to Sister Honey's cooking because she always brings up something really, different, very unique, even though it's maybe a simple dish. Like as I said, last time she brought in nachos, but she had her own little twist to it, and it was really, really wonderful. So to all our listeners and our viewers, if you want to have a try of Sister Honey's cooking, then you should join our activities in the local congregation of. And of course, just before, we want to introduce as well one of our brothers here. Brother, if you can kindly introduce yourself and what your current duty is.
Yeah, Brother Jonathan Au, I'm one of the head deacons here in the local of Sydney.
And of course, we were talking about all, how food is actually helped in terms of as an act of service. And, brother Jonathan is actually one who every week on Sundays who would always prepare some food for us. What is some of those, brother Jonathan, that you cook for us?
Sausage and eggs, that's all I can cook.
And so, what are you guys going to say to brother Jonathan again? Thank you, well, Brother Jonathan. So we just want to show appreciation to Brother Jonathan because indeed, through him, especially when we have a very busy Sundays, I think especially the choir, we really, really appreciate how we're able to have that. As simple as it may be, sausage and eggs, but that helps us and fuels for the rest of the day. And so, just one last question for you, Sister Honey. Any moment you felt that this talent of being able to cook is really a blessing from God? Maybe if you can share like a moment, like, oh, I'm very thankful I'm able to cook. This very blessing from our Lord God.
Yes, Sister Diane. I love your question. Because of cooking, I got into culinary teaching.
Yes.
Because I'm a chef by profession, I also got into teaching culinary to international students here in Australia. And because of that work that I had when I was a trainer, I was able to invite my students to evangelical missions,
Nice.
to Bible studies. And they get to eat my food as well. But more importantly, it's, listen to the words of God.
Yes.
And then they were able to meet the brethren from our local congregation, help them with work or help, give them some advice in studying. And even for our ministers, they would pray for the guests, for my students. So I really feel that this is truly a gift from God because I was able to share my faith.
That's
because of
beautiful.
this.
And the fact that those students came and
Yes,
joined
Lord.
you, I think it shows a lot of respect in your part. So obviously they love you because they won't just accept invitations from any teachers, right? They have their own life, but for them to actually attend and come with you, I think it's a reflection in your ability to teach them and the respect that you gain for them. No, but I'm serious about it, but it is very true. In fact, to learn a little bit more about the profession, okay, we have Brother Marcus with more information about the things that he's learned, the things that he shared. So, Brother Marcus, please go ahead and let's look at the second part of his video.
All right, beef steak. This is my take on beef steak. Beef cheeks with charred Spanish onions, leek jam, and onion ash above it. So I cook the beef cheeks with soy sauce and lemon, exactly how we actually usually cook our beef steak at home. The same braising liquid, but I'm using beef cheeks. It has to be slow cooked and braised till it's soft, which usually take like 1.5 hours or 2 hours, depends on the size of your beef cheeks. And I know Filipinos like us, we love to spam onions on beef steak. So beside the charred onions I have on the plate, I have leek jam and onion ash to get a beautiful charred flavor into our beef steak.
So to further explain on the creations, the ideas, the dishes that I've shown on screen, one of the reasons behind it, like I said before, was to inspire the younger generations of Filipinos that grew outside of the Philippines. Like myself, I was born and raised in Singapore. In fact, my mom's Singaporean, my dad's Filipino. But I've always been proud of the culture that I grew up in. And I really wanted to show the younger generations that we should be proud of our culture. It's in our blood, and we should be proud of it. Because if you were to search, like how I did, to research on Filipino dishes or the ingredients, so many things that you can research on about the Philippines. Like I myself am surprised that so many different types of ingredients around in different parts of the regions. There's so many different types of dishes. You'll be so amazed and you'll be so proud of the culture or the dishes that you grew up eating. Like myself, my mom is Singaporean, but she knows how to cook very good Filipino food. Growing up in Singapore and moving to Australia at the age of 21, I realized that a lot of our friends or classmates or colleagues, they are not really a fan of Filipino food, and we do not blame them because Filipino food is more on home cooking, it's more family orientated. It's more meant for like simple family birthday parties that we grew up with. And I really want, with this creation of mine, another reason behind that is to showcase that Filipino food can be plated restaurant style, can be plated in a way that it's not home cooking. It's not just for family parties. We can actually show the world that we can be in the top cuisines around the world. I think for me, I felt like it's time for Filipino dishes to shine. Because if you were to ask your friends, it's Friday or Saturday night, let's go out and eat, they would normally say, oh yeah, let's have Thai food, let's have Chinese food, let's have there's good Indian food across the street, let's go have Vietnamese. It's winter, let's have pho. They will not say, oh, let's have Filipino food for Friday night. You rarely will hear that kind of thought in your mind as well. Sometimes we wish that they would actually try Filipino food, because all they can actually say in their mind is that adobo or sinigang. They will not think of other dishes like bistek or kinilaw, which I think some Filipinos don't even know the dish kinilaw we have, which is a very, very nice dish to try as well. Like I said, this has always been my main goal, but I really do hope and wish that our younger generations, even the generations after us, we hope that they can be proud of our dishes or our cuisines and culture, and we should be proud of it. I think that's all that I can actually say, and I really hope that this video can inspire more generations. Thank you.
All right.
I think that video is very inspiring. I mean, I think Filipinos have a lot to be proud of with regards to the Philippines in general. And the foods are amazing. I mean, I love Bicol Express as well. But my wife makes a great Bicol Express, so I really enjoy that. I've hardly ever come across a dish I didn't like. And so that's an amazing video. I think there's Brother Marcus is correct that there's so many ways that Filipino food could be presented to the world, so that the whole world could enjoy it and really appreciate it for the richness and the yummy taste that it brings. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, Brother Warwick. You can see an amazing amount of talent from Brother Marcus. You can feel his passion as he showcases his love for cooking. And it all circles back to just further all the more emphasizes Sister Honey's earlier elaboration on her love language, which is cooking. And I just want to further highlight that analogy, as cooking is a love language, which can mean expressing affection, care, and nurturing through preparing and sharing food, especially during our activities inside the Church of Christ or Iglesia Ni Cristo. It's a blessed opportunity to not only be a part of the Church of Christ, but to also share those God-given talents with our brethren. It means turning meal times into meaningful connections where the effort, time, and personalization of a dish can communicate into a form of love, especially all the more as the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ upholds that unity and the love for the brotherhood. And so that love for food can connect us more powerfully, more than what words can sometimes. It's about the thoughtfulness behind crafting a meal to connect with someone's taste, creating shared experiences and providing comfort, making it a tangible, sensory way to show deep appreciation and strengthen bonds. Once again, for that brotherhood, strengthening the love of the brotherhood. So it's been an amazing opportunity to share those experiences with Brother Marcus and Sister Honey, Brother Warwick. I just wanted to highlight that again, just that the passion behind cooking is more than just the taste of food, but the process of it and the thought behind it. But
absolutely, and a lot of thought and love, and I mean, it's a very artful thing as well as all the planning, preparation, so sort of scientific in its way too, right? But it's, as you say, in a congregation, you get to really feel the love and acceptance, the warmth of the brothers and sisters around you, and then you visit another congregation and you get that same sort of welcome and love. It's great. So, and I agree with you 200%.
Absolutely, Brother Warwick. And for our audience, it's been an amazing episode, but unfortunately we are running out of time. Before we wrap up, we'll go through a few of our comments in our live chat section, because again, we appreciate all of your support that you've been able to give to Sister Honey and Brother Marcus, who have joined us live today. We'll go through Brother Eveline Vivas from the local congregation of Wyndham. We also have Car Laurie Jose, who says happy Sunday from the local congregation of Melbourne. Car Raymond Mabulak, a constant and loyal supporter from the local congregation of Shepparton, tuning in each week, who says happy watching. But Car Magdalena Marquez, Car Ria Ann, Car Edwin, and Car Rolly Pot, thank you again for all of your support. We have a few meaningful comments from Car Florence Simanagan, who says, I'm sorry, this is Tagalog, but please forgive me if I've mispronounced it. But she says, dang, Billy na rin kayo soft drinks na sale po? Yes po. Carl William, he says, that's right, Brother Marcus Rivera. Instead of deviating from cooking, we should all the more embrace it and share it, especially in that Filipino culture. You guys have an amazing, or the culture, the Filipino culture, have an amazing appreciation for traditional dishes, which we in Australia, and as an Australian, are blessed to enjoy, but in the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ here in our area. We also have Carl William from the local congregation of Shepparton again, always tuning in, who says, we love INC Radio. And now I'd just like to circle back to Carl William, who is appreciating Brother Marcus's passion for food. It's amazing to see you support your fellow Filipino brothers in the Iglesia Ni Cristo. All the more continue to send through your support. We love to hear from you. Sister Honey, before we wrap up today, we'll come back to you. Is there anybody you'd love to give a special greeting to, but before we wrap up?
Okay.
Yes, Brother Morgan, I would like to say hi to my parents, to my mom and dad, Connor Singh and Sister Rebecca. They're in the local congregation of Binondo, district of Maynila, and to my family and relatives there in Tondo, and also to my very supportive co-Kadiwa members in the local congregation of Sydney, and to everyone who tuned in INC Radio Australia. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
It's been a pleasure having you here, Sister Honey. So we look forward to another show of cooking, and perhaps to taste your cooking shortly. But that brings us to the end of today's episode. Cooking is more than a daily task. It's a skill that shapes discipline, strengthens our homes, and teaches us how to care for others in practical ways. So thank you very much, Sister Honey. Go ahead, Brother Morgan.
Absolutely, Brother John, Sister Diane, Sister Honey, Brother Marcus, Brother Warwick, to all of our audience. It's been such an amazing episode. Thank you to all of our viewers, to our live chat, especially for your participation from each and every local congregation from each district across the world. And of course, to our Sister Honey, once again, to our brother Marcus for sharing their love for cooking, the joys of cooking. Today's episode has been an amazing episode. Cooking reminds us that even in simple daily routines, we can show love, unity, and gratitude, especially when done with the right mindset.
And above all, we thank our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Eranio V. Manalo, and our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. So see you again next week at 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And from the local congregation of we love INC Radio. See you next week.
From the bushland to the beaches and everywhere in between. Listening to week's Mates of Beer.
From the local congregation of Dean Park,
We love INC Radio. From CEBSI, we love INC Radio Australia. We love INC Radio.
We love INC Radio from Brownsville.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
We love INC Radio from Townsville.
Bye. See you next week.
See you next week po. Thank you so much.
Thank you.